In a previous video that I shared on here on the channel, I mentioned that beading and embellishment is a source of income that is very valuable if that's something that you're interested in. And a lot of you guys watched that video and went ahead to click the like button. I guess a lot of us are interested in this line of work, and in today's video I thought it fantastic to come to us to share a tutorial on how to commence this line of work as a beginner beader. In today's video, I'll be teaching us all how to create simple embellishment designs on fabrics or outfits using different types of beads, embellishment tools, and threads as well as needles. Today's video is going to be very valuable. We'll be working with polyester threads, fishing line, invisible thread, beading needles, and a bunch of other things that will show us as we go along in today's video. If all the things I just mentioned sounds like something that you're interested in, please make sure to watch this video all the way through. Subscribe to this channel if you're yet to subscribe. Like this video as you're listening to me right now. Alright guys, let's get straight into the reason why you're watching this video. Welcome back to the channel, friends. Today we will be doing a beginner friendly beading tutorial. This tutorial will probably come back a couple more times depending on the reception that this one gets. I've done this about 2 years ago and I just thought it's been 2 years. Let's do another recap of a beginner friendly beading tutorial for the people that are totally new when it comes to beading. In case you're curious, what we have right in front of me is a piece of fabric called illusion net or illusion tulle or invisible mesh. Different people call it different names, but on this channel I call this particular fabric illusion net, and we see that this particular piece of fabric is commonly used by luxury designers when making their outfits. Okay, this is something that you want to know how to work with if you are planning to call yourself a professional beader. And just in case you are curious, I already have my straight lines outlined on this piece of illusion fabric. As a beginner, if you are new to this entire line of work, I believe that the first type of beading that you want to perfect before you start to delve into other complicated styles is beading on a straight line. Okay, beading with different types of beads on a straight line. After we do this straight line beading, depending on the reception that I get, I would move us to a spiral beading, beading on a spiral line or spiral illustration on an outfit. Without doing any more talking, I'm going to be showing us the 3 different types of beads that we'll be using for the sake of today's video. We'll be working with pearls. Okay, I'm going to teach us how to bead with pearls on a perfect straight line. We'll also be working with seed beads. Okay, and this is the seed beads that I have right here in front of me. Something else that we'll be working with is what we call sequins. This right here are sequins in color black. I'm also going to teach us how to embellish a piece of fabric or an outfit with sequins on a straight line. Again, this video is a beginner friendly tutorial. The goal of today's video is to make sure that whoever watches this video is able to embellish on a straight line using any one of these types of beads and sequins that I've shown us. If at the end of watching today's video you found the video valuable, please remember to hit the like button. I find that a lot of people watch my videos without hitting the thumbs up button. I believe that we always forget, so please, this is a reminder, do it right now. Hit the like button. Feel free to share this video with a friend, share it with your child, share it with your cousin, your auntie, your nephew, whoever that you think will find this video valuable. Remember to share with them. Subscribe to this channel, okay, and remember to turn on your post notifications so you don't miss any one of my tutorials. Let's jump straight into today's video. I have my polyester thread. In today's video I will show us how to bead using polyester thread, using invisible thread, as well as fishing line. I'll use these 3 types of threads and show us or allow us make the decision on which one we think looks neat and put together for that design that you're trying to recreate, or this entire tutorial. I just need your thoughts. Let me know after watching. Let me know if you prefer fishing line or invisible thread or polyester thread. We will also be using our beading needle. This right here is what we call beading needle. Beading needle is different from hand needle, okay, so don't make that mistake. When you're trying to bead, make sure that you buy beading needle, not the regular hand needle. All right, and my favorite size of beading needle comes in different sizes. My favorite is size 11. And when you want to see the sizing of your needle, just look at the base here. You will typically see different sizes. There's a size 10, size 9, size 11, size 12. My favorite again is size 11. Something else that you'd also need as a professional beader is what we call fabric pencil. This is in color white. The one I used for marking my fabric here is in color blue. I have different colors. Let me just go ahead and show us really quickly. These are the different colors that I have, and depending on what I'm trying to just illustrate on, I choose the appropriate type of color that will show me my illustrations clearly. I got this off of AliExpress. You can get it on Amazon or Etsy, or from your local sewing accessories shop. You will typically find this. Feel free to take a screenshot. I bought this pack of 6 when I made the purchase in 2022 or 2023. I'm not quite sure now. I bought it for about $2. It was pretty cheap. So decide for yourself where you choose to buy yours from. For my first line here, let me just dim the brightness of this video so we get to see what we are doing clearly. I would be working with my pearl beads on a straight line on this first line. So what you want to do is to pass your needle through your fabric from behind and pull your thread all the way through. Pick up about 2 beads, okay? Again, remember, for the sake of today's video, we are trying to learn how to bead on a straight line. So I'm going to go ahead and pass 2 beads. Stick my needle into my fabric, okay? And then come out underneath. Instead of just going ahead to come out in front, right, like we are continuing on a straight line, you want to come backwards this time. This is to allow your fabric sit perfectly on a straight line, and then pull your thread behind and stick your needle through the bead that is in front. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. If it doesn't, please look closely at what I'm doing. I hope we all saw what I did. I will repeat the process again. Again, I will pick 2 beads, or even 3 beads if I like. Let me just pick 3 beads this time. Pass my beads through my thread like so. Determine the perfect position for my bead and then stick my needle into my net and pull out. When it comes to working with polyester thread, one of the disadvantages of working with this particular piece of thread is that it tends to tangle up very quickly. So I would say, as a beginner, make sure that when you thread your needle, you don't do something that is too long. When your thread is too long, your probability of tangling up your thread is very, very high. So make sure that it's not too long. Can we see what we have here? Again, do not make the mistake of just coming out in front of what you've just done. Your beading is going to be wobbly. To ensure that you secure your needle in place, you come backwards after going forward with your beads. Can we see where my needle is coming out of? I moved backwards by 2 beads. Now I'm going to pull out my thread like so, and then stick my needle through the 2 beads that I have going on, and then pull. So far, my beads are sitting perfectly on the straight line that I have going on right here on my piece of fabric. Again, as usual, pick up my beads. Alright guys, so this is what the straight beading using my polyester thread and my beading needle as well as pearls, this is what the end result looks like on my piece of net. Do we understand what we've learned? If you did understand, please type understood in the comment section so I know you understood everything that you just watched. So now moving on to this other line, I'm going to go ahead to bead this line using my fishing line. Again, I have this fishing line in size 0.30 millimeters. People who watch this channel frequently know that my favorite size of fishing line is the size 0.25 millimeters. I find that that particular type of fishing line is slimmer and it gives you a better result than the 0.30 millimeters fishing line, in my opinion. As usual, we'll start off by passing our needle and choice of thread from the inner part of our fabric, like this. And then start to pick up our beads. This particular beading procedure is very similar to what we did the first time. But because we are using a smaller size of bead, we are going to pick up about 4 or 5 pieces of beads, just like I'm doing here. Lay it flat on the line that you have outlined and then stick your needle and thread through your fabric. Again, you're not just going to keep going forward, you come back in order to go forward, okay? In this case, it's very important to go back to move forward in order to create something beautiful. And again, as usual, you pass your needle and thread through your beads like so. Okay, it might look like your work is scattering, but don't panic. The beads will try to whine you, but do not panic. So pick up 5 more beads again. I'm picking up 5 beads per time, okay? For the pearls, I picked up 2 beads, 2 to 3 beads per time, but for the sake of these little seed beads that we are working with, we are picking up 5 beads at a go. And then, as usual, you place it properly on your straight line and then stick your needle into your fabric like so. One of my most popular videos is how to bead on invisible nets. In that video, I taught us extensively how to create beading pattern on invisible nets like a professional. I'll do my best to link that video on the screen. In your free time after watching this video, feel free to go check out that tutorial. It's very, 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 very insightful. And voila guys, this is the end result of the straight beading using fishing line and created on a straight line. Can we see how it looks? The only reason why the beading is looking wobbly is because the shape of the beads themselves are pretty irregular. They are not very equal, so that's why it looks a bit, you know, weird. But the point is that the bead is sitting perfectly on the straight line and it's not lifting. Can we see on the side? You see how it's not lifting? It's because of that technique of going forward and coming backward that is allowing the bead sit perfectly on the illusion net. So take note of that when creating yours. Don't be too in a hurry and create something shabby. You want your beading to sit perfectly, to marry itself to the fabric that you're beading on perfectly in order to create something very, very neat. So for this last line, we are going to be working using our sequins, and I'll be working with invisible thread this time. This is what the invisible thread looks like, and just like the name goes, you are not supposed to be able to see it when you use it for creating embellishment designs on fabric. This particular one is the neatest end result you can possibly get, in my opinion. When you use this to embellish an outfit, you get a very neat result. However, the thing is, if you don't have a very good eyesight, working with this particular piece of thread or yarn, depending on what you choose to call it, is a bit tricky, because just like the name goes, invisible thread, invisible yarn, it can be invisible if you can't see clearly. Okay, so, and what else, it's pretty fragile. Chances are, if you pull too hard on it, or if you're a bit too rough with it when working with this, it can cut, and it will just make your beading process quite tedious. Those are the disadvantages, but the number one advantage of working with invisible yarn is that the end result of your work will look very, very neat and professional. For someone like Vicky James, a lot of her luxury outfits, in my opinion, I feel like the choice of thread used is this invisible yarn. Okay, especially those illusion type dresses that she makes, this is what she uses. I might be wrong, again, I'm not Vicky James, I don't work with her, so I can't really, all I'm saying, these are just speculations. Okay, all right, so what I'm going to do now is to thread my needle. This as well, another advantage is that when it comes to threading your beading needle, it's very easy with it because it's very thin, so it can pass through your needle seamlessly without any stress or drama. Meanwhile, with polyester thread and fishing line, it can be a bit tricky threading your needle with those two. When embellishing fabric with sequins, it's a bit different. You won't be going forward and backward just like we did with the beads. This time you're just going forward. Okay, with sequins, it's just move forward, there's no going backwards. Okay, all right, can we see what I just did? I just passed my sequins through my invisible yarn. All right, so the next thing you're going to do now is to pass your needle through your fabric like so. Okay, and then come back out on the same line and pick up another sequin and keep layering it on top of each other like so, going forward or going into your fabric now, not forward, and then come back out, pick up your sequins and keep going forward. With the sequins, it's forward ever, backward never. With beads, go forward, come backwards, and go forward again. I hope that makes sense. All right, so I'm just going to keep repeating this over and over again until I get to the end of the line. Alright friends, so this is what we have here. We've gone ahead to create this straight beading using sequins on a straight line and invisible thread with our size 11 beading needle, and this is what we have here. One of the major things again that I love about the invisible thread is that the end result of your embellishment will look very, very neat. Look at the inner part of my net here where I use the invisible thread. Look how neat and seamless everything is. Look at the inner part of where I used my fishing line, and look at where I used polyester thread. Can we see the difference in the neatness of the end result? These three types of threads can be used for embellishment purposes, but the neatness, they all have their pros and cons. Basically, that's all that I'm saying. So it's up to you as an embellisher or beader, depending on what you choose to call yourself. It's up to you to decide which of the 3 types of thread you want to use for your outfit embellishment. But I hope that we understood how to create a straight embellishment design on a piece of fabric. If we understood, again, comment the word understood in the comment section, and also give me a big thumbs up by clicking the like button on this video. I hope we took out something. The goal of today's tutorial is for us to be able to create embellishments on a straight line, and I hope that this goal has been achieved. I hope you go ahead to recreate your own embellishment on a straight line on your own desired piece of outfit or piece of fabric, just for practice or embellishment purposes. Okay, I can't wait to see your creations on your outfit designs. Feel free to tag me in your posts on Instagram or TikTok if that's something that you're interested in. I like to see engagement from my people on here on other social media platforms. That's why I always leave my Instagram page pinned as a watermark on every video that you watch on here on YouTube. Thank you so much, friends, for watching this video. If you want us to go ahead to create another beginner friendly tutorial on a spiral line, comment spiral as well in the comment section. I always read the comments and it helps me make a good decision when coming up with valuable content for us on the channel. Comment spiral in the comment section so I know that we want to see another tutorial. Thank you so much, friends, for watching today's video. Again, remember to subscribe if you've forgotten. Now is a good time to tap that subscribe button. Turn on your post notifications so you'll be the first to know whenever I drop a new video. Don't hesitate to join the membership if that's something that you're interested in. That's your way of supporting me outside of watching my ads and watching my tutorials. Thank you so much one more time. I'll see you guys in another tutorial very, very soon. Bye. Straight into the reason why you're watching this video.